Hello and welcome to another episode of Lean Living. Today I decided to go into a bit of beekeeping. Now most of the time I can't actually do the beekeeping side of it when I'm actually at my hive because wearing leather gloves and being surrounded by lots of stinging bees, it's a bit difficult sometimes to actually kind of operate the device and actually function or do anything in any way. But anyway, just to show you here, this is I run a top bar hive, which is a pretty simple way of actually kind of beekeeping. It's not the conventional way. If you want to get more information, you could go on to BioBees. Just Google that, it will take you to Phil Chandler's site, who actually has free PDFs of easily constructible hives, and he has a podcast as well as many YouTube videos which he'll be able to show you a lot more than I will, because I'm just an amateur, he's an expert. But anyway, to roughly go into it, the way that conventional hive works is that you have to scrape off the cappings off the honeycomb, and then you spin it round in a some kind of machine, an extractor, which removes the honey by flinging it to the sides, which then comes down. It's a pretty complicated kind of system really, in comparison to my one, where I just take off the whole layers of honeycomb, crush them up in a bucket, and then just strain them through ladies' tights. Often getting asked, I'm getting funny looks when I'm buying several packets of tights at the supermarket. But anyway, just to have a quick look. Okay, so essentially just crush it up, put it into the bucket, and there we go. Essentially you've got all the crushed up honeycomb there, and you may or may not be able to see underneath is all the delicious honey. Okay, so essentially just taking that off afterwards. I'll probably drop this next to my hive because there's still a bit of honey probably in there, and the bees will just forage through it and clean anything up, because they're quite tidy creatures and stuff, so they'll make sure there's nothing left to waste. And essentially that is basically it. But anyway, that's another episode of Lean Living. I hope that gives you a little insight into what beekeeping is about. Obviously I've only just got the tail end of it here, the actual product, but hopefully that piques your interest. It's quite an interesting subject. There's quite a lot of research to do on it, but I think if you do at least a year's research, which is probably what I'd recommend, and possibly to get some experience by going to a local apiary, see your local beekeeper, I'd probably sway more towards a natural beekeeper. That's one that doesn't stick loads of products into his hive, because if you go down the route of conventional beekeeping, there's a lot of medications and chemicals which are used to treat the bees, and essentially you don't want to be fucking eating that stuff. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Ask your local beekeepers about the way they actually manage their hives. Beekeepers always love to talk about their bees. They'll spend hours telling you about all the stuff they do, because it's just a fascinating subject. Alright, I hope that helps, and I shall catch you on the next episode.